Efficient air filtration is essential to protect today's state-of-the-art diesel engines from contaminants, including fumes, dust, smog, soot, and other particulate matter. The quality of the air drawn into the air intake significantly impacts the performance and protection of today's diesel engines. Insufficient or inappropriate air filter maintenance can lead to plugged air filters, reduced engine performance, and higher fuel consumption, or even significantly shorten engine life in severe cases. The choice of the right air filter, one which meets the original equipment manufacturer specifications, and the use of correct maintenance practices make a substantial difference to the wear rate, operating cost, and performance of your engine and equipment. In the following sequence, we'd like to introduce you to the correct air filtration service interval for a standard air filter housing, including main and safety element. To validate if your equipment requires an air filter change, consult the equipment service manual. The service manual contains specifications of the original equipment manufacturer regarding appropriate air filter change intervals. If no service manual is available for reference, a mechanical restriction indicator gauge is often mounted directly on the outlet of the air filter housing and shows when the air filter requires changing. In some cases, engines will be equipped with an electronic restriction indicator system which will operate a light on the dashboard or control panel to indicate that your air filter requires changing. The equipment manual contains the original equipment part numbers for all filtration parts, including the air filters. Always verify by using the equipment service manual the original equipment part number, which allows you to cross-reference to a genuine FleetGuard quality filter that meets the product specifications of the original equipment manufacturer. Switch off the engine and then remove the air cleaner housing cover by undoing the metal clamps, catches, or wing nuts, and so on. Then carefully remove the main element, trying not to disturb any dust that it is holding. For the time being, leave the safety element untouched to protect the engine from any disturbed dust. While the main air filter element has to be changed at every air filter service interval, the safety element only requires to be changed every second or third air filter service interval. Please consult your equipment service manual for details. When the safety element is also due to be changed, carefully remove it from the air cleaner housing as well, but only after any dust which has been disturbed during the removal of the main air filter element has settled. Never clean an air filter element by using a high-pressure air hose or washing the air filter. Cleaning an air filter element carries a high risk of damaging the filter medium, which will reduce its efficiency and allow abrasive dirt particles to enter the air intake of the engine when it's reused. Dirt particles can severely damage the engine. Cummins Filtration does not support the cleaning of air filters and does not provide warranty coverage for cleaned air filter elements. To ensure that no dirt particles can enter the engine air intake, the inside of the air housing and air housing cover need to be cleaned with a clean, damp cloth. Pay special attention to the area around the air cleaner outlet to the engine and the area where the air filter element seals. In cases where the dust has become oily or greasy, you may also need to use a proprietary cleaning agent. The air cleaner housing cover and the rubber dust ejection valve, which you should remove from the air housing cover, must also be cleaned to remove all dust and dirt particles. Once all of the air cleaner housing components are clean, it's very important to inspect them for damage, cracks, pinholes, and corrosion before proceeding to install the new filters. Likewise, the trunking, which connects the air cleaner housing outlet to the air inlet of the engine, and its associated rubber hoses and clamps should also be inspected periodically for security and damage. Any missing or damaged parts must be repaired or replaced immediately. Place the safety element in the housing and visually check that it seals properly. Then, place the main element over the top of the safety element and ensure that it also fits correctly. In cases where the filters are secured by wing nuts, these must be correctly tightened to ensure compression of the gasket or sealing ring against the base of the housing. Otherwise, dust may be able to bypass the filter and enter the engine. Once the safety and main elements are correctly installed, seal the air cleaner housing by putting back the cover and securing it with the metal clamps, catches, or wing nuts. Make sure that you place the cover back in the correct position, which is often indicated by arrows. The correct position will also ensure that the dust ejection valve is in the 6 o'clock position on the air cleaner housing cover, to allow it to discharge any dust removed by the pre-cleaner. Note down the date of the air filter change and the part numbers of the air filter elements used for convenient reordering in the future. Make sure that the mechanical restriction indicator is reset, or, in the case of an electronic indicator, that the icon on the dashboard is no longer illuminated or flashing. Last but not least, used air filters should be disposed in an appropriate, environmentally friendly manner. Verify that the air filter is due for change. Make sure you have the correct air filters. Open the air filter housing and remove the air filter elements. Clean the inside of the air filter housing and the air filter housing cover. Place the new safety and main element. Close the air housing. Reset the restriction indicator.